we're doing some work here. Like I said, I'm working on these airborne guys. I'm just cleaning them up. Like I said, they're resin and pewter. Nothing really new, just working on them. When you work with resin and pewter, it's always good to wash them. I think I've done previous videos where I talk about what ends up happening is, I'm just turning off some excess. What ends up happening, there's release agent, especially on pewter. Pewter is usually talcum powder, and for resin, it's like a I'm not even sure exactly, but it's like a little, it's a compound. You should wash them. One thing you have to watch with, sometimes you can wash them with like alcohol, but depending on what the resin was used, it's not like a 3D print resin to where it's like photo cured. A lot like this resin here is probably poured. Probably vacuumed, so they pull all the air out of it, and then it's poured. So you literally just... there's a big piece right there. You literally just trim up their stuff and you wash them. Like I said, the best thing to do, honestly, is wash them with hot soapy water. You also, if you have to sand on this kind of stuff, clean it up, you really should have a respirator. Because like resin dust is pretty toxic. But like... there's not much really needs done on this model. It's like actually really good. The only bad part about working with pewter resin is getting it to glue right, and it's just such a pain. It's better, I've been using epoxy lately. So like I went to, I think I got this from Lowe's, and I got like 2-part epoxy, you know what I mean? Sets in 5 minutes, and I got these 2 giant jugs. You can't see, but I've used a lot of this actually. I use it for like resin and especially pewter, so that way like I can put it together. Super glue works good with pinning and stuff, but it's just such a pain in the ass. But yeah, I'm just gonna clean these guys up here. Some local news. We're setting up a tournament in November for Bolt Action, which is what these guys are for here. We're setting up a tournament. We're doing it November 15th, 600 points. It's like a casual event. So like, no beat fate lists, generic 4 Sorg, highest vehicles 8, which is actually a light tank. I might regret that, but I figure a lot of people who are new, they'll have a small group, and they'll have a vehicle. They'll usually have some sort of light tank. But 600 points, I figure, gets you a couple units. I'll bring my airborne, but it's supposed to be a beginner casual league. Look, you actually, I don't know if you can see that powder. That's just from these guys. That's the release agent. It's like I said, like once you clean them all off, like I'm cleaning any mold lines off, any extra like flashing, and then I'll wash them. I'll do this as I'm talking, but you do. So back to the event. It's 600 points, November 15th. SCG Hobby and Latrobe. They're gonna allow us to hold it there. Fortunately, they really don't carry Bolt Action stuff, which is a shame in my opinion. But hey, that's what it is. Like they carry a lot of other stuff, but there will be some prizes. I have reached out to Battlefront, or correction, I bring it to Warlord Games. I'm so sorry. They're going to see this and say, "Yep, yeah, we're not sending you nothing." I have reached out to them, and I have asked for some prize support. The event's going to be free, other than I am asking people to bring $10 worth of dry goods for Westmoreland County Food Bank. Usually every year, post-COVID, I should say, or past COVID, I don't know. Before COVID, we used to have a food drive every year. It was pretty successful. Like when I had a truck, I filled the whole back of my truck up. Last year's wasn't as big, obviously. A lot of people were kind of hurting and just not getting out and stuff. I filled the back of my Subaru up with food. We're going to try it again. Like I said, we're going to run it in concert with this event. So just $10 if you could in dried goods for the Westmoreland County Food Bank. The county we live in Pennsylvania here, it's fairly large. But they, on average, every month help feed like almost 30,000 families, which is crazy. So Dried goods would be like non-perishable items. I say dried goods sounds older, but non-perishable items. So you're looking at like noodles, like ramen noodles, mac and cheese things, stuff like that they're able to use. Whoop, I'm going to drop that knife. Drop it on my foot. That'd be a great video. Stuff like that. That's the other thing we're kind of asking folks to bring in. And then we'll see if we get some price support. I'm probably going to get something if we don't get anyone to support us. So I'll end up having maybe like a box set. But it's a casual event. It's mostly meant to just get people out and playing. Maybe learn how to play bolt action. So that's why it's casual. So if you guys see this and are coming, try not to bring any beat face lists. I know it's going to be kind of hard for some folks, but it's supposed to be a building event. We're trying to get more people into the hobby. Oh no, damn steering wheel busted, or the one clutch did. I'll have to fix that later. Green stuff. But that's what we're looking at doing. Hope to see some folks come out. We can hold about 10 people. Pre-registration, just contact me. I put my email up. I'll put a link in my email. I'll probably start putting it in my videos. It's Westmoreland Gamers Guild at gmail.com. So just pretty generic sounding email. And that's how you can get a hold of us or anything we need to do. We're trying to get some more stuff for the channel up and running. But like I said, it's just been hard. That camera ended up falling through that we were going to get. I got fits in there. So us getting a new camera has not happened. Well, this guy here, since he has like the, you can't really see, he has like the webbing on his hat, or his helmet. I'll take some green stuff and I will smash it around and make it look like the guys from D-Day, how they have like the camouflage on their helmets. So I have a light filter on the light above the fluorescent, and it's kind of helping, but not too much, I should say. But yeah, but back to the event. It's going to be 3 rounds. I put down 2 hours apiece. A 600-point game shouldn't take 2 hours, but then again, it's supposed to be a casual, like, learning event. So we'll see. We'll have a lunch in between. Probably everyone get together, order pizza maybe, and just see how the event goes. If it does good, hopefully we'll raise a bunch of food for local families, and then we'll get some people playing bolt action. It should be a good time. I'll have some camera stuff. I'm going to try to play in the event, obviously just to have stuff. And if need be, I'm going to try to bring some of my, I'll have my airborne, and I'll probably bring my Germans so someone can like borrow an army. There is no painting requirement. If people are going to ask, they saw that on there. It doesn't say anything about painting. Because it's a learning casual event, just bring what you have, you know. Oh, what's this? Oh, this is, let's throw this away. That's the rail in the front. So in World War II, what all sides did, they would string heavy gauge piano wire or just heavy wire in general. And we did the same thing in Iraq. We put a thing up to where, like, and you're driving along, if you're not paying attention, your head's up, zip, that wire hit you and take your head off or rip you out of the vehicle. This is meant to catch that wire and like snap it, or like give you an indication that, hey, it's happening. So that like gets mounted right in the front. Yeah, I'm just cleaning these guys off. Like I said, there's a light mortar here. There is a medic, another officer, which I'll get him painted up. And then, like I said, there's 2 light machine guns. I had to add a guy from a plastic kit. And then the other light machine guns actually from my other platoon. I took out their light machine gun, gave them 2 extra riflemen. So that way, like, I have like one as a assault platoon, air quotes, and the other ones will be like fire support or squads. So just doing stuff like that, and I'm just trimming these guys up. These guys are really good about not having flashing. Old Warlord is. So And like what I'll do with these guys, they're all one piece. I'll scrape them up. When I'm done, I'll take all these hot soapy water with Dawn, and I'll wash them, toothbrush, let them dry, and then I will literally epoxy them to their bases. So that way, like, they're not coming off anytime soon. Some I'll paint on the base. Like for the machine gun ones, I probably won't attach to the base, and I will go ahead and kind of leave them off so I can paint them. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll leave them off to paint, and then when it comes time, nice part about epoxy, whenever it dries, at least this stuff I'm using here, it's not fumey. So like it smells bad, but it doesn't leave like fumes, like fume vapor. Like if you ever done super glue, you see that white crusty stuff. It doesn't leave that behind. Fun fact about super glue fume vapor is that's one of how they pull prints. They'll spray a bunch of like fumes off super glue, and it'll frost over like organic material or whatever, and boom, that's how you get fingerprints pulled off of stuff. Pretty interesting. I'll throw that knowledge out there to you guys. But yeah, just messing around, cleaning some stuff. I'm gonna, like the mortar itself, I'm gonna leave on the sprue. I'll clean all the flashing off of it, and then whenever I wash it, that way it's not spindly, I'll trim it off of the actual support sprue. I was a mortarman in the military, so I'm near and dear. So whenever I play any war game and there's mortars, I feel the need to include one, even if like sometimes it doesn't fit, or sometimes it's like, well, you know, this would be a better weapon. And I'm like, nope, I gotta take my mortar. I gotta represent mortar in 11 Charlie. If you're in the service and you like our videos, comment below what you used to do or stuff like that. It doesn't matter what you were, or either combat or support or whatever it is. We're not gonna judge you. And then you just basically just keep trimming stuff off, man. Just clean up the bottoms of these. There's not too much work needs on these guys. They're pretty good about their mold lines matching up with like seams and different areas to where it's not like blatantly obvious, like folds of clothing and stuff, so where it just blends into the model. You don't have to worry about scraping it off. Like some like plastic Space Marines. But yeah, we're just trimming this stuff up. And then when you're done, obviously wash your hands. Pewter has, it's tin and lead. Yeah, it has lead content, but nowhere near as much or as bad as like newer pewters are a lot better about it. It's always good to wash your hands. Talcum powder, yeah, it's a carcinogen. I just, you know, because people had that lawsuit about it. So yeah, just wash your hands. And like I said, some companies you will see when the water, when you're done with it, depending on what you wash. I wash mine like a little basin, like with the soap water. The whole bottom will be like covered in powder or like just darkness from like all like the release agent. Just like hot soapy water, like I said, Dawn dish liquid, and boom, just wash it off. But yeah, just trimming stuff away. I've been busy with work, like I said, so videos have been rough. We're short-staffed. I'm doing more at our VFW, like we're having football season, our American football season, for all the folks who are out of the country to watch us. And we have like a buffet-style meal for everyone that comes in. So it's like $5, or it's $50 for the whole season, which is pretty cool. And so if you're in Western Pennsylvania, you want to come down, go to Ligonier, Fort Ligonier VFW, and it says Fort Ligonier VFW 734. It's our post. Pretty awesome. We just had our 100-year last year. But stop on down. Fort Ligonier's there. We've had events at that VFW. If you guys probably see it on the channel before. We're looking to have another Team Yankee event probably in January there. And only because Steelers season kind of interferes with a lot of stuff, because I do cooking on Saturdays for the day. And then obviously some games are going to be earlier in the season or different days. So for me at us using the VFW, it's not that we don't have access to it. It's just that it doesn't work right now simply because of scheduling stuff. And I know they liked to have us there last time. The event was really successful. So we're going to have another one there, definitely. Just stay tuned. Probably New Year's Eve Assault. I'm thinking something cool like that. But yeah, just figured I'd just talk to you guys, let you know what's going on. Just kind of rambling a little bit. The more I do these, because I'm going to try to get a couple of these out besides battle reports. The more I do these, I'll do painting tips and stuff like that. Because you see, like, I have a plethora of stuff here. You know what I mean? Like, I use 2 different kinds of paints. And I have, like, other stuff. My paint palette's an old container. And then I just do everything on here. Alright, guys. I'm going to finish cleaning these up a little bit. Maybe touch these up. And that'll be that. So, we'll see you next week.